You're watching Governor's Comedy Club Podcasts. Your favorite comedians at your favorite comedy club. Comedy radio show also brought to you by Two Eagles Auto Body. For more than 25 years, Two Eagles Auto Body has been the leader in auto body repairs and customer satisfaction on Long Island. Two Eagles Auto Body handles every type of auto repair, from custom applications and restorations to repairs involving insurance claims. So call Two Eagles Auto Body and ask for John Rossi at 516-328-2527.
Little roller up along first, behind the bag, it gets through Buckner, here comes Knight, and the Mets win it!
Hello, Tony, Mookie Wilson here, 1986 Mets. How you doing? Long time no see, man. Hey, man, I miss you guys, man, that Knockem Day Comedy Radio, man. I miss you. I wish I was still up there, man. But I'll wait till it warm up a little bit, and hopefully this year things will be a little bit better, man. But when we're talking about comedy, hey, the early years of Mets was a lot to laugh about. You had to make a lot of comedy off those guys. Hey, hope to see you guys during the summer, and hopefully get back on the show, man, at some point in time during the course of the year, all right? All right? Yeah, fine. Contact me, man. All right, Tony, talk to you later.
3-2 to Mookie Wilson. Little roller up along first, behind the bag, it gets through Buckner, here comes Knight, and the Mets win it!
Hello, Tony, Mookie Wilson here, 1986 Mets. How you doing? Long time no see, man. Hey, man, I miss you guys, man, that Knockem Day Comedy Radio, man. I miss you. I wish I was still up there, man. But I'll wait till it warm up a little bit, and hopefully this year things will be a little bit better, man. But when we're talking about comedy, hey, the early years of Mets was a lot to laugh about. You had to make a lot of comedy off those guys. Hey, hope to see you guys during the summer, and hopefully get back on the show, man, at some point in time during the course of the year, all right? All right? Yeah, fine. Contact me, man. All right, Tony, talk to you later.
3-2 to Mookie Wilson.
What will you experience at a Knockem Dead Comedy Murder Mystery Show? Suspense, excitement, love, more love, violence. Well, not really. And, of course, some music. Knockem Dead Comedy is the #1 murder mystery troupe, entertaining thousands of people for over 20 years.
You have a great night or what?
Good. Their hilarious murder mystery shows are full of audience interaction from beginning to end that will keep you laughing all night long. Their shows are not to be missed. Knockem Dead Comedy's murder mystery themes include a mob show, a redneck wedding, a high school reunion, a family reunion with a luau theme, or your own custom show.
Johnny, you have a good time tonight or what?
Had an awesome time.
All right. She had a great time. KDC, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, all right.
Fundraisers, private parties, corporate events, restaurants, and more. Contact Knockem Dead Comedy for your event today. Hi, everybody. Hi, everybody. It is Friday. It's July already. July 1st. Welcome to the Knockem Dead Comedy Podcast. Coming at you live on Gov's Comedy Club Podcast. That's the name of the Facebook page. That's the name of the YouTube channel. We're coming at you live on the YouTube channel. Well, actually, we're coming at you live on both. But we're interacting with you guys on the YouTube channel. So if you'd like to say hi to us and comment, please do so on the YouTube channel. And we'll talk to you and say hi back. We're coming at you live from Governor's Comedy Club, the legendary Governor's Comedy Club in Levittown, where this weekend Sean Donnelly is playing. In the Giggle Room this weekend, Joe LaRocco, Sal Ranieri, Pam Roth, and others. That's tomorrow night in the Giggle Room. The Brokerage this weekend in Belmore. Teddy Smith is playing down there. And McGuire's in Bohemia this weekend. Megan Hanley, one of my personal favorites. And she's hot. She's got hotness.
Is she?
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. So go to govs.com and check out the full schedule. Make yourself some reservations. See some great comedy shows. Hello, Millennial Stoner. Millennial Stoner is watching.
Joe.
That's Joe Winchell. Good morning. Good morning. And, of course, don't forget, check out some great comedy shows at knockemdeadcomedy.com as well. We're performing a private thing this weekend in Ferndale, New York.
Private in Ferndale? That's like the most sexual thing I think I've ever heard you say.
Is that right?
We're having a private event in Ferndale, New York.
Ferndale. Chris is dying over there. You all right?
Yeah, I'm good.
You sure?
Little drinking.
You know, if you are gonna die, please do it here.
Yeah,
because that would be a
It'll go-
phenomenal fucking.
It'll go
Talk about
viral.
ratings.
go viral.
Yeah, we would need that.
Yeah.
So go to knockemdeadcomedy.com. July 22nd, we'll be at Peppercorns in Hicksville. October 28th, we're performing in the Giggle Room. The Giggle Room. I don't know. That's like so violent.
I
The
feel-
Giggle Room.
well, no, you're excited.
I am
That's
excited
good.
about it. Jeff Bosey will be there again.
The Jeff Bosey, who I got to see today,
That's right. Jeff Bosey was here this morning, and he left because we finished with
because
him.
he's scared.
We
Oh,
paid
yeah.
him. We finished with him. We paid him, and
He definitely needed to take a shower after what happened.
Oh, without a doubt.
Yeah.
Without a doubt. Go to knockemdeadcomedy.com, check out our full schedule, and find out who we are and what we do. If you're having a fundraiser, a private event, a corporate event, any kind of party, we'll hook you up with some great comedy entertainment. So go to knockemdeadcomedy.com. And last but not least, we have this beautiful studio. If you'd like to do your own podcast, you want to put something together, or you just need to record some kind of audio or video, we'll hook you up right here at Governor's Comedy Club Podcast Studio. Look at us. We got cameras and mics and lights and people and couches. Oh, my. All sorts of cool stuff.
My.
All sorts of cool stuff. So get in touch with us through our Facebook page, which is called Gov's Comedy Club Podcast.
That is crazy. That's what it's
funny
called.
how that works out, isn't it?
Wow.
It's crazy.
Who came
All
up
right.
with that?
Well, I go back to nuts.com. Do you know what they sell on nuts.com?
Not nuts.
Nuts.
Oh.
They do. That's what makes me really, like, I've lost faith in the porn community. Because I feel like that should have been one of the top 10 that just got snatched
and
up.
then we resell it.
You know, porn.com, dick.com, tits.com, nuts.com.
Well,
that's right in the mix.
And that's one of those things that I regret, like in the 90s when the web was really coming about. Like there was a guy that he bought up me being the big music guy, there was this guy who started Sting.com, PaulMcCartney.com. This guy had to get bought out
to
because
get
he had those
those
names
names.
so that the actual
Well,
person can use. This guy's probably a millionaire.
There's
somewhere.
a cottage industry now. Like when the Redskins...
cottage, you said?
Cottage
Yeah.
industry.
Okay.
It means a small...
I just want to make sure it's
Right on. Sorry, that wasn't saying cunt. Because that's a different thing.
Cuntage industry.
But that, like when the Redskins want to change their name, or even like the Indians and whatnot, that people were trying to predict what it was, and they would go out and buy up
Right.
all, and that's part of what took such a long time for both of those to actually change.
Right.
Was that they had to either find the one that they wanted and then see if they could buy out all the social media stuff and websites. So
Wow. I'm still I'm
Gay?
still a little speechless from yesterday. Did you say a little gay? Is that what you just said?
Yes,
you
I did.
wish. No, the opposite. I'm still a little speechless from yesterday. We had.
I'm just saying, people who like pinkies in their butts during BJ's aren't straight. You got a little.
I might have to disagree.
You got a little something. No. There's a little something in there for you.
Let's find out what's going on here. So, where'd you go last night? What'd you do?
No, nothing.
Home?
Yeah, just home. I have a friend of mine, him and the family, in from Canada. From BC.
Oh, Happy Canada Day
Oh, it's Happy Canada Day.
today.
Is it really?
July 1st? Yeah.
What is that? Is that like our July 4th?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know
but
that.
no,
Not really.
No, it's like it's kind of like
It's just-
Hanukkah.
Yeah, it's like Canada
Hanukkah.
Pride.
It's like Hanukkah. It's like wait, we have a day too.
We need a day.
Oh, okay.
But they came in from BC. He actually
He's celebrating by
He's from
coming here.
he's from Queens, and he hasn't been able to get back here for 3 years. So he's been
Jesus.
losing his mind. So we took them. We did a little Gilgo Beach. A little
that's you
hooker
guys?
slashing,
That's you?
little hooker
That's hot.
slashing, killed some hookers.
No wonder you're all out of sorts.
And
That's-
then we
Makes
just came
sense.
home, had some drinks, and then this weekend's gonna be a little night because we're actually going into Queens for his birthday tonight.
We're in Queens.
And I try to read at 35 in Bayside.
I was gonna say Bill Boulevard, probably. Yeah.
And he's a DJ, so we got a little after party. I mean, he set up his house with like speakers on every floor, light machine, smoke
wow.
machine. We're going old school.
Oh, so he still has a house here?
Yeah, he's got the house here.
Ah.
He's got the house over there, and then we just just a little drinking. It started the 4th of July early.
Nice.
Yes.
What time did you get to bed, young man?
Well, then I started watching. Then I Netflix binged. I think I fell asleep around 4:30.
Wow.
Pretty good, right?
That's
Jesus
a good night.
Christ,
Pretty good.
That's so stupid.
I know. I
You're gonna like really fuck it. It's not now.
No, it will be at one
It's like
point.
later this afternoon when you snap over
Rolled
like
over this morning.
Stop wearing your
sandals
sandals out.
I was looking at my wife.
freak out on somebody.
I'm like, what the fuck happened last night? I gotta go.
You know what else today is? You know what else today is? For July 1st. It's Bobby Bonilla Day.
Oh, he gets his
happy Bobby Bonilla
back.
Day.
Where's all my
yes.
Met fans that just
That's
won't
it.
leave
That's
me-
hilarious.
That text you the second the Yankees lose a game and they spend hours watching. I'm like, aren't you guys Met fans? This is what you guys are concerned with.
I'm always like that. It's like ironically celebrated and everything. It's like right, but you have something to celebrate, I
Yeah.
guess.
I mean, just think he's still getting paid.
He
Brilliant.
gets paid
Brilliant.
$1,193,248
30 something, right?
dollars until this goes through 2035.
Yeah, it was a brilliant
Yeah,
move, but actually by both sides.
He
if I'm not
signed an
mistaken.
annuity, is what he basically signed.
Right.
Like I know it's silly and that it gets brought up, but what it really actually got them out of, he did them a favor.
Yeah.
At the time that
And for
happened.
him,
Big time.
he didn't risk the chance of blowing $20 million on stupid things when he's young.
Right.
Getting $1 million. a
This
year.
worked out for. I think it worked
Yeah.
out for everybody.
Right.
So
the Mets
that
got
it's
rid of him, and
so that it's celebrated in this way of like everybody money a day. it's like actually shit. Let's get a cake.
I
Like,
think
that was a good.
they're up. I think they react this way because he didn't earn the money he was getting paid when he was here,
Right.
And then he ends up getting this major payout to walk away from doing nothing.
But
Like, if
Rick
they were giving
DiPietro.
Mike Piazza this money every year, they'd be fine with it.
Right. Rick DiPietro
Yeah.
never lived up to any of the hype
Yeah.
of his
And
contracts.
what was the guy? The Yankees signed that pitcher, Jack something, and
Oh,
the guy
fuck.
pitched like 3 innings, and he got like $48 million. I mean, this was,
I know Carl Pavano's
Pavano was
a
another.
fucking.
I mean, listen. At the end of the day, if you look at all like current contracts, is anybody really earning their fucking money? I mean, it's just absurd.
well, the fucking owners still are making billions.
Right.
So yes, whatever
Well,
they can get,
it's
whatever
us.
you can get.
It's I tell people like, oh, I can't. It's like, well, if you didn't buy every jersey, everything, I was like, they're only worth the ticket price,
Right.
until they start selling all the other stuff. So
I love looking at like old recently I'd seen somebody posted video of Reggie Jackson hitting the 3 home runs in the playoff game, and to look at the crowd, or even the Thurman Munson game, like to look at the crowd is like, oh, okay, so that's a typical 70s 80s crowd, cool. Look at now, and you go around and like everybody is wearing branded fucking merchandise.
Yeah, everybody's wearing.
Everybody used to be wearing they might have had the colors on. They might have had their old Yankee hat or Mets hat or a shirt.
I've lived by the
t-shirt.
rule: after 25, you don't wear someone else's name on your back.
Right.
That's at that point you gave up.
Well, so I've always done things like my friends and I years ago. I was in Korea.
No, that's different.
This is different?
That's different.
I was
Music,
covering up the
no,
name. on my
yeah,
shirt.
yeah. No,
I
bands-
represent.
Oh,
music
there you
is
go.
different.
Music's different.
This is.
Okay.
I got some interesting stuff to tell you about this.
Oh, yeah?
Tedeschi truck stuff.
All right, cool.
Because I remember you had said the last time you know the your concept album.
Yeah.
So I was telling you they released this I Am the Moon album.
Yes.
They just released the second part
Okay.
Tuesday.
Like,
So-
oh wait, no, I'm not the moon.
No, it's coming.
I got
in 4,
that wrong. I got
it's
that
coming
wrong.
in 4 parts, but it's the story of Layla told from her perspective,
No shit, really?
from Munjab, whatever, from her perspective.
We're geeking out.
geeking out,
I gotta
man.
find this.
Yes.
Yep, I definitely gotta
I
get
dug
that.
a little bit deeper, and
Okay.
it's basically it's coming from her perspective.
So that's why they released
No,
them doing the Layla album
he's
first?
named after the Derek and the Dominoes, right? He was named after that.
Right.
Heavy influence. I mean, his father was the original drummer. His uncle was the original drummer for
The Allman Brothers.
For the Allman Brothers.
Yeah.
But they were just saying that, they during COVID they just got into the studio. It got to like 24, 30 songs. Like, how we break this down, and it was basically from that perspective, from the other perspective, and it's pretty good, man. I mean, so far the songs they're releasing, I mean, it's music that's very fresh. It's good shit.
Yeah, that's a great band.
Yeah, it's nice.
Sorry.
No, I'm
But
sorry.
yeah, I was thinking about you because I was like, you know what? Because I was digging deeper, and I'm like, I know, like, because they've had a lot of people have died in the last few years. With that they were around them, all these
Doesn't stop.
musicians. It doesn't stop. So then I was like, let me read this, and they were like, they're talking about like, well, from the story of the Layla, and they're like, but a story from her side. I was like, that's fucking.
So it's a bunch of dudes writing from the perspective of some chick.
No, there's a
there's
there's
chicks
a girl
in
in the
there.
band.
There's a lot.
All right,
There's
good,
a couple
good,
of
good,
chicks
good.
in the band.
Oh, is that right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
They
yeah,
got a
it's,
couple of
Because
backup
otherwise it's
singers,
like,
trumpet lady,
sorry.
trumpet girls. Is a
I should
woman.
have swallowed. Yeah, like if it was gonna be
Nowadays,
like that.
that's a good game to play.
Plan B.
Yeah, that's a good game.
So-
Your mother should have done swallowed back. Well, you'd be better off if it was on your father's chest.
Well, that's that old and R. Lee Ermey used in Full Metal Jacket of the better part of you ran down your mama's leg and ended up a stain on the sheets. That's a personal favorite of mine. I used to say that on the playground at Terryville Elementary School, Port Jefferson Station, New York.
Ran down your daddy's back, your mama's back.
Well, my favorite actually from that era was, hey, tell your mom to stop wearing different color lipstick. My dick's starting to look like a rainbow. Or I would have been your father, except the German Shepherd beat me upstairs.
I don't think they.
classic.
I don't think
That
they're allowed
was
to
good.
say that anymore, right?
Oh, yeah, no, they totally do.
Good.
Yeah. But they say it like different ways, like, I don't like you. Don't.
Yeah, no, you need
I don't know.
gotta build some thick skin.
And this is that moment where, like, should I share, like, what my own daughter has said in school to prove that
This is what's going on.
that like there's some like crazy shit going out there that doesn't get you suspended, amazingly enough. But you do have to go to an intervention center, crisis center, get the letter to say that they can go back to school because they aren't going to harm anybody.
They've completed the course.
Yeah, which is amazing. I've done that twice, 2 years in a row. Around the same time of year, too. Maybe it's a seasonal allergy thing.
Annual case of the fuckets.
Yeah.
I just want to finish up this Bonilla thing. So
Do it.
The story was, he had $5.9 million remaining on his contract. So instead of the Mets just buying him out of the 5.9, they've been paying him this, $1 million plus.
Well, the buyout of the 5.9 would have been more than 5.9. And if I remember, they were pretty cash strapped when that happened.
Well, yes, they were cash.
So there's no, you don't have any room.
Yeah.
You got to do a deal like that.
Well, it turns out, which I didn't know, Bonilla has another deal like this, where the Mets are involved in this one too, and the Baltimore Orioles, pay him $250,000 a year
Because they had a portion of whatever, right? Is that how that ended up working out?
Yeah, because I think he went there because the Mets brought him back a second time, the geniuses they are, and I think he may have been at Baltimore before that.
Well, that the whole future consideration, all the language that they use, usually we don't get to see, or the deal doesn't go on long enough for you to be able to see, and then sometime down the line, especially this happens in hockey, where they're like, that future considerations turned into one Wayne Gretzky.
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
Well, yes, which did happen
until
in the Mets
you
case,
see
too.
that, and
Right.
that's what I'm saying. 2000 wasn't the table set on 2000 by this deal. This
Yes.
deal created that team.
Yes.
That was able to go to the.
Yes, you're absolutely
And
right.
that's why I don't understand why it's looked at as like a sore spot.
Well, like the Celtics, right? So the not Kevin Durant, who was the other guy? Kevin Garnett.
Right.
That trade yielded them Tatum. The other dude
No, I know who you're
Jaylen
talking about,
Brown.
number 7 or whatever.
I mean, half that starting five that took him to the championship was for Kevin Garnett, who fucking sucked when he was with the Nets.
Right. No, but it's those things rarely get chased down. There is a podcast. I love hockey, and they will go and take a trade and create the entire tree.
Nice.
Oh, that's cool.
Like it'll take them like in Gretzky's case, it took the guy like a half an hour, 45 minutes
to
to
break
really,
it
and
down.
he's got it graphically too, so you don't get. Because
Right.
he'll go down one. He's like, okay, we're gonna keep going. We'll go back to that one, but go down like 4 or 5 generations, and then go back, and then go down 4 or 5. It amazes.
Oh yeah, I would love if there's a baseball one. Like
I bet
that,
you
I
there's
would watch
gotta
it.
be.
Yeah, I would think so. And it turns out also in baseball, Brett Saberhagen receives $250,000 a year from the Mets,
Right.
for 25 years. Max Scherzer, who is still playing, he's going to receive $100.5 million from the Nationals.
From the Nationals, still.
That will be paid through 2028. Manny Ramirez will be collecting $24.2 million total from the Red Sox through 2026. Ken Griffey Jr. $3.9 million from the Reds every year through 2024.
Well, and all of those happened after Bonilla. It was
yes,
they were able to see
yes, that's exactly
the benefit of it. And so the fact that it happens still the same thing shows that it is actually a decent business practice.
Yeah.
Not the best business
Not the
practice,
best,
but when you're in a spot, you need to get out of
right.
the spot.
I think it's more of a sign that you're in financial trouble. That's what I think it is.
But that it gets you out. It's not like those teams folded. Like they still exist.
well, true.
So it works.
Yeah.
Right. Well, if he gets all that money up front, right? He buys two $8 million houses. Then he's retired. Now he's just
Yeah.
it's
Two chicks at the
annuity. I
same
got all
time.
my money coming in, no problem. I mean, right? What's Gronkowski he has never spent any of his contract money. He just lives off his endorsement material.
Right.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Brilliant.
Yep.
Anytime I hear an athlete does something like that, and there are very few,
Yeah.
he's the most
I
recent.
mean, the original was Bosworth,
right.
right? He insured his knee, he insured his body, and when he first got drafted, they were playing the Broncos in Denver,
Yeah.
and they despised him.
Right.
And
So they crack back everything
they
they
were
could
doing
possibly
those
do.
swash the bars T-shirts. Everybody they were selling in the parking lot. Like the whole fucking stadium bought them, and it turns out he owned the fucking shirts. He had people selling the shirts. He sold like 40,000 shirts at like $10 a pop.
That's fantastic.
yeah. I mean, you can't.
You do what you do.
That I respect.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's the guy that's out of the league for 3 years, made $85 million, and then you see a story on ESPN how he's like living on the streets.
Right.
You're like,
Oh,
what
yeah.
the fuck?
Yeah,
The
it's
hell were
true.
you there?
Happens a lot.
That happens a lot.
And I think
Happens a lot.
didn't Bo Jackson do the same thing? Didn't he? Like, didn't he keep like some house like that he started in before he had deals and like
I want to say that
lived there
in
for a long
Alabama,
time?
there's something because he's still down in Alabama. He might have done something along those lines. But I vaguely remember like the 30 for 30 on Bo Jackson.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
That talked about something.
have to watch
He
that.
was very
That
smart
was
with.
really-
he
yeah,
was
he was
very
smart.
smart with his money.
I saw something that came up the other day that was it was like an interesting stat. It was like in this year he had like 16 rushing touchdowns, 1,100 yards, and he had 35 home runs and batted like 309. I mean, that was
An offensive
that guy would
machine.
have been like, it's just such a shame.
It would have
That
been
guy would have
crazy,
been
his
just
numbers.
a legendary
That's
athlete.
Oh,
like
without a
Deion
doubt.
Sanders, great cover corner. No, only because of his speed.
Yeah.
Right.
Bo Jackson's the one who was like legit in
Right.
both sports.
I mean, the guy ran up a wall like a fucking spider.
Yes. Right.
Like Deion didn't. I know he's got some good stats with like stealing bases and whatnot, but his on base was fucking terrible.
No,
He's
he
not
did.
a
Bo
great-
Jackson
no.
dominated
In both-
each sport.
Yeah.
He dominated. Even Michael Jordan. He was baseball. He, the impressive thing with Michael Jordan was that he came back to the league and was still the greatest player in the league.
Right.
And just like probably didn't pick up a basketball for 2 years because he was practicing baseball, and it
Right.
just shows back up and still
Yeah.
the greatest guy on the
Right.
court. That's impressive. But Bo Jackson was dominating.
Bo
both
Jackson
sports.
and I mean the reasons are a lot different, but Bo Jackson and Darryl Strawberry. I always think about those two, and even Dwight Gooden. The numbers that these guys would have put up if things went normally.
I love out of that trio, the only one that didn't do it to themselves was Bo Jackson.
Right. I'd still be better.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's
The other
different
two
circumstances,
yeah,
but
Bo couldn't help it because like genetics and
That was just. I remember just seeing that injury.
Oh,
See that whole
yeah.
freaking
On
hip.
the side,
You saw
yeah.
the whole hip just pop
Yeah.
up.
I remember watching it. I watched it live. I
He was
remember
doing like
watching it
90
live.
miles an hour. Too.
Yeah.
It's
Right.
crazy.
right.
I still can't watch when somebody has like a fucking terrible
Yeah,
injury.
it's tough.
And when they re-show it, it's
Slow-mo.
like, are you fucking tell
The
me?
guy's like,
and
like the foot's
and then,
hanging off
but then they'll
sideways.
cut to like just the like in on his face.
I like to watch it once because to see like the impact and
Yeah.
see how their
Yeah.
faces. I was just the other day. I watched Mike Cameron and Carlos Beltran when they smacked faces into each other. And I also watched Eric Young Jr. stepping on who was the pitcher? Was it Cole Hamels? I forget what pitcher it was, but he's running the first and the pitcher's covering the base.
Yes, I
and
know
he
what you're
just
talking about.
crushes
Yep.
his ankle, and you just see. And I like to watch that just once to see but you see the whole foot just
No.
turn sideways.
I don't want to see any of it. But you have a sick fucking fascination.
Well,
I mean,
yes. I'm just
So
jealous.
I'm
I'm
not
like,
gonna
suck it up.
I don't think badly of you for being a disgusting piece of shit, but it's you do have the leg, so I guess you got to pass.
That explains your protest last week. So
That was fun.
This was the first time I've actually seen you since.
Yeah.
So last Friday, I was fortunate to be a guest on Mark Klein's Blues Warehouse show on WUSB, which is SUNY Stony Brook's radio station. So the show's from 8 to 10. And I'm like, all right, well, Mark, I'll do the show. I said, but I got to split at 10. I got to get here to do the 11 o'clock show here. So we're at Stony Brook, and we do the show. And as soon as I walk out of the studio, this is what I see. I was like, what the fuck?
I had a beret that I had made a few years ago for myself.
A handmade beret. I don't know. Does that I don't know if anything says gay more than that you actually made it yourself.
Dick in your ass. That's
no,
what made
I think
that's
a
more
handmade
gay.
benet kind of, beret.
Beret.
Yeah, I can't even talk. I'm so excited.
I
can't
killed
even
John
speak.
Benet Ramsey.
Now this
What'd you
picture,
say, Tony?
this picture I'm showing is literally like 3 seconds after I spotted you.
Yeah.
Laughed my ass off.
Becca's like, my wife was like, when she saw the Where Was Tony the night that John Benet was murdered? And I picked that picture as perfect for it, I think. And she's like, oh my God, that's terrible. And I'm like, don't worry, he's going to love it. Oh, are you sure? Because that's a horrible thing to say about somebody. And I'm like, no.
I can think of a lot worse.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
In
in your
That's
face,
hysterical.
I laughed my ass
because
off.
I knew I couldn't make it in here that day. So
Right.
I'm like, he was out of Stony Brook, which is literally around the corner from me.
And boomerang?
No, it's a prosthetic.
Oh, that's the leg. Yeah, okay,
That's
now
like in like
I can see it now.
Spencer's or
Yeah.
something
Yeah,
like that.
I was in
it
a
looks like.
Halloween store, and,
Okay, there
and
you
it
go.
was like it was a lawn decoration of a severed bloody leg, and I was like, oh,
I
found
edited it down.
I found it.
I was only going to be able to fit so much, so I ended up
First time you've said that.
snipping it. No, but that's not the first time I've snipped myself. It's like, I'm a moil.
But that freaking made my day. I couldn't stop laughing, man.
I was happy, which makes me happy because that's Don Sill. The night before, you get excited about an idea, and I have to tell somebody, and Don Sill's sort of my like spirit guide, and so I sent it to him, and he's like, "Oh, this is so great." He goes, are you gonna have somebody film it?" Like, that had never even crossed my mind. I'm like, no, I'm doing all this work for a party of one, for an audience of one.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I'm like, no, and he's like, you couldn't get anybody? I said no, because everybody that I know in the comedy world hasn't seen this side of 9 o'clock in the morning since they were paroled. Yeah, because even Billy, I'm like, is Billy gonna be able to get like if he stays up all night? That's the best shot. But then I don't want to do that to him. He's going to miss out on those first 3 hours of sleep.
And right, you're talking about parole, so.
So Winchell's out.
So right, and if you ask Perillo, you'd have to pick him up.
Yeah, no, I'm not driving to fucking Brentwood to drive back to fucking Stony Brook. I still needed to get the girls on the bus.
Right.
I didn't have a ton of time.
So now, and this is a great segue to something I wanted to talk about today.
Really?
So, well, yeah, because then you and I then walked. We left the place together, and I had a freaking parking ticket. So we come here. So the plan was, so Mark was nice enough to ask me to do his show. So I said, well, Mark, come do my show. And Joe DeJesu was with us, and Joe also came. So the three of us were here last Friday. So I immediately on the air, I put the ticket in Mark's face. I go, why am I getting a ticket to appear on your show? And he says,
also had it.
and he goes, yeah, DeJesu got one too. And he goes, yeah, I forgot to tell you it's metered parking. I was like, you motherfucker. He goes, this is what you got to do. You just got to appeal it, tell them that the meter wasn't giving out dollar bill change, and they'll let and tell them you were a guest on the radio show. Right. He goes, and they'll let it go, no problem.
So this is the postscript to the.
Yes.
Right. I'm riveted.
I was just telling you were running to put a quarter in the meter.
This is the hearing you show up in the shorts.
Yes.
Yeah, and then you had a cramp.
Not the fucking.
You had a cramp in your calf.
You don't go to the
It fell
court.
off.
Right, it fell off.
You don't go to real court in shorts, but this is the kind of court you could show up in shorts and them go, "Oh, we're so sorry. Oh
Yeah,
my God,
like,
sorry.
I had a cramp in my calf. I had to stop running.
I was massaging it."
I was dehydrated.
Which I'll get to another. You know what? Fuck it. I'll tell it now. I got in trouble when I worked for the phone company. I had left one day because the prosthetic comes all the way up, and it's all the way.
All right, that was his penis, you guys.
It comes all
Don't
the way-
look.
well,
Look
yeah,
away.
the
He's showing
penis-
his penis right now.
the penis. So I have to like curl it up so I can walk. The prosthetic comes all the way up to here.
Right.
So, and if it's not fitting right or something, sometimes it scratches or cuts or whatever. So one day I left early because it was scratching my ass, and I went home and it turned out I had a cut, and I bandaged it up, the whole works. A week later, so what happened was, it was never marked on my timesheet that I took some personal time. Okay. So a week later, the phone company security
Gestapo.
whoever they are.
We noticed there's some irregularities in your time
Well,
card,
that's
Mr.
exactly
Tony
what
Parker.
happened. They were like, so did you? Oh, they said something about, did you have a nice afternoon last Wednesday? Let's say it was, and I was like,
No.
Well, but I didn't even know what they were talking about.
right,
I was
right,
like,
right.
I guess. They're like, they go, oh, so you didn't? It turned out they were at my location and they followed me home. So they even said to me, they go, oh, you don't remember pulling up to check out the van parked down the block with the tinted windows? Because I did. I went out. I bandaged it up and I went out. I think it was like an hour or two later. I think to get one of my kids from school or something. And I did. And I saw this van at the end of the block. I mean, tinted black. You couldn't see anything.
And for that period of time, that would have been really illegal kind of.
Yeah, and I did. I pulled right up to it. Took a quick look. Didn't think anything of it took off. Turns out this guy, the security, that was them. And he said, he goes, you don't remember pulling up to the truck? And I start laughing. And you can see in his face, he's like, I go, that was you?
Yeah.
I said, I thought for a second maybe, because they were known for doing that kind of thing at the company. I said, that was you? I said, I thought about it for a second. I'm like, nah, it can't be. And I went about my day. He goes, well, yeah, you were on the clock at that
You gave
time.
him a chubby by saying that. It's
Yeah,
like,
right.
I told you the extra money in the budget was going to fucking pay off. We got this fucking Walker guy.
Told you the glasses would work.
So he goes, yeah, you didn't, there's a discrepancy in your timesheet. So I explained to him what happened. I said, look, it was just an honest mistake. I didn't fill out, I said, I filled out the timesheet that morning. I said, ended up leaving. I said, we just never, and I even said, you could go yell at my manager too. He's supposed to make the correction, not me. And they go, well, why'd you leave? And I did. I actually stood up and I said, I have a cut on my ass and I was uncomfortable. He said, it's still bandaged. Would you like to see it? And I actually reached for my belt. No.
No, fuck you. You put the quarter in. You let the fucking song play. Here we go.
Exactly.
I wouldn't have fucking backed off of that. Like, no.
Yeah.
You open the door, asshole.
it.
Just cause you don't want to see it, even though you were fucking throwing casting aspersions at you motherfucker.
That's
Now
right.
you have to look at my penis and my ass cut.
Right.
My ass cut.
And I'm going to kick you in the face.
You guys have any extra Neosporin, fresh bandaging? Because I'm taking this shit off. Not even gonna fucking.
I should have. So the appeal, and I haven't reached out to Mark yet. I'm gonna have to reach out to him and yell at him. Your appeal for the subject citation was reviewed and denied. You did not have the appropriate permit or authorization to park in the space in which you were parked. This would include the possession of a lost or stolen permit. What?
Authorization?
Right. Well, that would be the meter. You must register your vehicle with the university and display the required parking permit for the lot in which
They
you
went
park your
down that
vehicle.
road.
Yeah.
Permits must be properly displayed when you park.
Right.
Oh, listen to this. Permits must be properly displayed on the vehicle when you park! Exclamation point. So I'm now
Well, they
getting
really
yelled
mean
at.
that. Yeah.
If you have not paid the citation, submit the payment within 14 days, or a $10 fee will be added. After 14 days. You may make a second-level appeal of this decision to the Traffic Appeal Board.
An appeal.
An appeal the appeal.
You might have to.
I am going to. By the way.
Yeah,
Fuck
no,
that.
no.
Appeal the appeal.
But I think he probably even meant that because even if you give him a problem, you tell him this. That probably information is for the second level appeal.
College campuses used to be fun.
That
so-
was exactly
Stony
my
Brook has
thinking.
never been fun.
No.
When I moved out to Long Island when I was like 6, that fucking place was a mud pit. It was actually considered much like Suffolk or Nassau, 13th grade.
Right.
You always
Yeah,
heard
yeah.
that. Like any community college, Stony Brook was considered the same thing. It was not.
But that's not the case anymore.
Not anymore,
No,
no.
not anymore.
It's a big school
But that
now.
place has never been a cool place to be. It has always been.
Yeah, it's
fucking
not,
downer.
It's definitely not known as a place to have fun or
They
anything.
used to have kick-ass concerts back in the 80s.
Okay.
Yeah.
I saw
You saw the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
the Red Hot Chili Peppers headline during the Blood Sugar Sex Magic had just come out. Smashing Pumpkins was opening for them, and Pearl Jam was their special guest.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
like
a show, man.
1990,
Yeah.
1991. Like it was
Yeah, they used to get some good
sick fucking.
Dad
and
used to play
So
there.
did Suffolk too.
Oh, yeah, right.
Like that, but people don't play venues like that anymore. The schools don't even want them in there because of the fucking insurance. Because you have the local kids all get in there and
Schools don't want to do anything more because no matter who's there, there's a bunch of fucking kids that are going to cry, bitch, and moan about that person.
no.
being
It's a
there.
money. It's absolutely a money thing. There's the crying and bitching is one thing, but it's like when you have to insure something. This is the same thing as people with ATVs who like to ride them on the
Yeah.
street. Go fuck yourself. Get the fuck out of here. Because, if it's legal, what's going to happen when little Johnny, even if it's not legal, what's going to happen when little Johnny fucks himself up and is paralyzed the rest of his life on a public road?
Yeah.
Where are you getting the money to take care of your kid? You're not fucking working your ass off to do that. You're suing the town and you're suing the county and you're suing the state for all of that fucking sweet taxpayer money.
Yeah.
So fuck you with your ATV. Get the fuck out of here. Same thing. Long Island needs a drag strip. Then get together, all of you guys,
And build
and
one.
buy one. Buy the
one.
land and
Yeah.
fucking build one. And then once you see the insurance costs, you're gonna fold in the first fucking 3 months,
Right.
Because you're not gonna be able to make that first fucking payment because the world, it's about money. That's all. people's feelings or whatever. Nobody gives a shit about anybody's feelings. It's about money.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I always say at work, I'm like, drops a microphone, kicks over soapbox.
Storms out.
Yeah, it drives me nuts because, like, all you have to do is think just a little bit more.
Well,
because
the problem
and you
right
want to
there.
talk about feelings. My feelings are hurt. My kid can't fuck himself up on the road in his ATV. Why can't that happen?
Yeah, but
why can't I take all your money because he's going to be paralyzed the rest of his life, and I can't afford that kind of fucking care?
But they're all over. Like, it's, the 631 out there. They're all over the place. But they have tracks out there for these guys.
Yeah, but yet they still run around
Right.
bitching about this shit. Or if like ATVs are going down the road, and now I don't like community pages any more than the next person. But somebody gets out there and it's like, hey, somebody's kids are being assholes. And it's like, well, hold on. Like ATVs, they should be allowed to ride them around. No, they shouldn't. Get the fuck out. You fucking whiny little bitches.
Little redneck.
That's what they
little
are.
redneck.
They're all whiny little bitches.
See, but you
Get
got
the fuck out.
Here's my perspective.
I'm not paying for your kids.
Here's how I look at it. Right? The community page is the whiny little fucking bitch.
Oh, they are.
Right?
No.
But I'm just saying,
it's not an either or. This is not an either or
But I
situation.
know.
They're all whiny bitches because that's what people do. They
But
whine about
it's
shit.
been going on forever, except nobody gave a shit when we were young. Our
They
parents-
did.
But they weren't.
It was
talking
illegal.
about it.
No, they couldn't because there was no fucking social media.
Right.
Like
Fucking-
the same things
Yeah.
were happening. These same fucking knuckle draggers who think that they could just. I want to drive on Route 3. I want to drive on. And there's not even Long Island's not even an interesting topography.
No, it's not.
Like you want to really?
Like, take that
you
shit
want to ride
upstate.
that shit? Right? Go somewhere where it's fun.
Yeah.
Right.
Why would you do it here? Except you're a
Well,
dick.
fun on the beaches.
You're a
in few
fucking
places.
whiny little
The
piece of
beaches,
shit.
The
Right.
beaches.
Beaches,
nice.
smeeches,
Yeah.
they're all fucking flat. There's nothing interesting. The dunes, you have to build. We have to build up the dunes here because they fucking erode. So take your whiny little piddly fucking cunt ass somewhere else and die there. Or
So
be
I'm
paralyzed
guessing
there.
you don't like ATVs.
Somebody fell off.
Somebody
No,
does
no,
not like ATVs.
I don't give a shit about ATVs.
You don't like the
It's a
rednecks
machine.
riding them.
That's a fucking machine. I don't have feelings about a machine. I have feelings about the fucking morons who are like, I want to ride it.
Why? Who's complaining? Is there a big community of people complaining?
Holy
about
shit,
not being
yes,
able to
there is.
ride
Are you
ATVs?
on the internet?
Are
Are you on social media? You seem to know about the social media community pages.
Oh, I'm not on Facebook.
Do you drive on Long Island?
I do.
So do you see bumper stickers? Do you never have seen bumper stickers about like ATVs or about build Long Island a drag strip?
No.
No, I haven't either.
Whoa, okay, I'm gonna start taking pictures and posting them.
Really?
All
Yeah,
right.
it's a whole fucking thing. Matter of fact, I'll go so far as to plug them. Long Island needs a dragstrip.com.
Really?
Go for it. Go check out these whiny little fucking
All right, I will.
dumbasses. Which, listen, they're good people, but they're whiny little pieces
Well,
of shit.
I got something a story that I wanted to share that's kind of on the same wavelength here. Where was in Colorado? A bear stepped on and popped a beach ball outside the tent of a family camping in Colorado.
That bear should have fucking respected their
And they
space.
shot it.
A husband and wife and their 2-year-old daughter were sleeping at Monument Lake Resort, about 37 miles west of Trinidad. All right. Last Friday, when the woman heard a bear sniffing around the campground. When the bear popped the beach ball, their daughter woke up and began to cry. When the woman went to comfort the child, she likely brushed the side of the tent. The bear reacted by swatting at the movement, tearing the tent fabric, and scratching the victim on the head. Then the bear wandered off. Okay, now the woman sustained some,
baskets here.
the woman sustained some scratches to her head, not seriously injured. She didn't even need medical attention. But because the bear made contact with the human, it is now classified under Colorado law that this was an attack. So when they find the bear,
kill
it
it.
will be euthanized.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking along the same lines. Like, maybe you shouldn't be camping there. If there are known bears there, if there are bears in this area, you don't camp there. How about that? Now there's
Well,
bears
that's
gonna
everywhere.
They're everywhere.
Well, it's not though. I mean, we're talking about Long Island. I mean, I used to camp down at the beach and
again,
loved it.
Why some of us living on Long Island, nothing gets here that we don't want here. So
Right.
you don't have things like that. And even the coyotes, that do end
But
up
it's
here
just no-
come over the fucking bridges of which they have pictures of.
Yes. Yes.
There's no risk at all in anybody's life. It's like, hey, listen, that's this is their fucking world, right?
Well, if you're going to assume that, like, if a bear came and I was at my house and that same exact shit happened, yeah, let's kill the fucking bear.
All right, but by the house,
Right,
yes.
by my
By your
house,
Right, but me going
Yes.
out into
the
I'm now
wild.
in their
Right.
house. So
Like,
they
exactly.
should kill me for that happening.
Yeah, it's the same thing as like the sharks. Whoa,
Right.
you're in their world.
Somebody just
But I mean, we don't have a history of fucking respecting people.
I'm not sure if it's Joe Pontillo or John Pontillo wrote a thing where they said, I haven't drank milk since I found out cows kill more people per year than sharks. It's a fucking hilarious.
I'm going to go with John.
Probably. No, I didn't write anything, so I think it probably was Joe. So I'm like, not. Cause I can't add to this that's going to
right,
end in anything other than whose comedy penis is bigger than the other one.
Did you piss off Winchell?
No.
I don't
Well,
know, 'cause
probably.
He wrote "Watch It, Andy" before when you were talking
that-
about pinkies in the butt, and then we haven't heard from him.
I don't know
since.
if that
He's
was
not-
Pinkies in the Butt.
Speaking of pinkies in the butt, Jeff Posey said good morning.
Hi, Jeff.
All right, so let's.
Speaking of pinkies in the butt.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Wow.
I'm going to like that.
Yeah. So
I feel it. I feel it.
He did get
It-
drunk
like,
last
it's-
night. Who
it's-
knows?
You know, you can even stop there, and I fucking love it.
So, like, my recommendation to everyone, right, is the Toto Combo Toilet Bidet.
Dude, bidets.
Sickest thing, right?
Now I have a tushy post.
So now about a month ago, I don't know if you ever seen that show Summer House on Bravo. It's like the Jersey Shore
No, I'm straight.
of the Hamptons.
I'm totally
Right,
straight.
right.
So Bravo is that a channel?
It's a channel.
Oh, okay.
But I
Thank
never heard of the show. But my buddy, a friend of mine, owns the house in Sag Harbor that they film at.
Very
Oh, nice.
nice.
Sick fucking house.
Yeah.
So about a month ago, we had 16 guys going on a golf trip. And we, they
Oh,
scattered.
this is where
throughout.
the pinky in the butt
Yes,
comes in.
this is where the pinky in the
Nice.
butt. So,
But it was
we had
more of like
a bunch
a
of guys, and
golf club.
it was like guys were scattering throughout like 4 days, right? I mean, it was just a sick house. So I get there like one of the first nights, and there's only like 5 guys there, and they're like,
That's
you
10
got to
pinkies.
try the bidet in the master bedroom,
Bro.
So I'm like, no, I don't know. He's like, I'm telling you. So everybody's for like a day. Now the guy who owns the house isn't there yet. So now it's the next day. And they're like, if you're going to do it, you better do it before he gets here. Because once he's here, no one's going to be allowed to go into the master bedroom.
Right.
So finally, after like 2 days, I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. I find the courage. I'm walking in. Because everybody was like, guys were walking out like life changed.
Dude.
So,
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You're talking to two fucking comics.
So now I'm sitting
Yeah.
there. So I go, all right. So now as I'm walking in, I'm like, I'm like screaming. I was like, do I take a shit? Right? Like, do the whole experience. Take a shit first. Like, just do it right.
Especially with spicy
So
food.
the closet in the bathroom is as big as this studio.
Right.
Okay.
So this house was insane. So we had so many guys at this point. When one guy was actually set up shop in a sleeping bag in the closet for the bathroom. So now I come walking up.
This is very gay.
Sick. So now I go walking up to
Super
the
gay.
toilet, and the bowl automatically opens up.
Wow.
Senses me coming, right? So I was like, oh, this is
Talk
great.
about sensing
I'm
you
like,
coming.
Yeah, they're like, this is
on.
crazy. Yeah, this is crazy. So as soon as you sit down, it's already heated. And now I'm like, huh. So now I go, I do my thing. Now I'm looking at the remote control, and it's got a his and a hers, right? So I was like, all right. So this guy's remote control on the wall. So I'm like, I'm striking up the nerve. I'm like, I have no idea what's gonna happen here. I hit the button his, and you hear because it's a little box because it's a toilet bowl, so the box is the only thing. And
It's a box I'm in.
It's a little box and an arm, like you just hear something like mechanical, like bzzz,
I thought I'd hit the her button to get a little box.
zzz, and it was like I had like this anticipation of being like on a roller coaster, like tick tick tick.
Yeah.
I didn't know what the fuck is gonna
You
happen.
now have an audio.
I didn't know what to do, and I'm like, "What is going on?" So I just threw my arms up, right?
You're going to be in like a regular life situation. You're going to hear that noise, and you're going to be like,
yeah. No, so I'm serious.
you'll present.
Yeah, right.
So this thing, all of a sudden, I just didn't know what the fuck to do, and it was like a water pick, 80 mile an hour precision, right in my ass. Right. So now I think we had taken a little bit of a microdose of mushrooms, a smoking pot. I was kind of high, so I'm in there cackling like, and now the guy who's in the fucking closet, it's like, I didn't know he was in there. He slides open the door to see what the hell's going on. He looks at me, just closed the fucking door. So now I'm like, I was like, all right. I was like, I'm giggling. I'm like, Does it stop on his own, or do I have to stop it myself? So he just screams. He goes, "You stop it yourself." And I was like,
24
do I
hours later,
wait
you stopped it.
until I come, or do I stop it now? I swear to God, my entire life changed. Then it dries your ass. I walked out of there.
Toto,
Never had such.
We have aftermarkets.
Yes, I never had such confidence in the cleanliness of my ass. Right. So
Pep in your step.
I text my wife. I'm like, Amazon's going to be delivering a $5,000 toilet while I'm away. Have it installed. I was like, she's like, what? I'm like, good news. I'm going to have to clean this ass on Long Island. Bad news. You're going to have to start licking it a lot more than you used to.
Well, I love that this gay metaphor even has the guy literally in the closet
Coming out of the closet.
who's giving you the advice.
And then he's like, no, you turn it off yourself. And I really was like, so now every guy
Just
that did
relax, it'll be over soon.
every guy that did it said the same thing. Everybody walked out of there like you had to just rethink everything for a minute. Like I had to
getting
rethink
divorced.
myself. Like,
Right.
all right. And everybody was like, dude, I almost came. I was like, I thought I almost came too. I was like,
So that's an embarrassment of riches to be able to have it be heated. And was the water also warmed?
yes.
Okay.
But it was like
Wow.
a water pick.
You're crying.
80 miles an hour,
my eyes have been
directly.
leaking like crazy.
A water pick, just like, I was like, yeah, I mean, I was hands up.
Well, see, that's what's good about the aftermarket ones is because it's very easy to install. Like you install it really attached by the lid,
Right.
And it's this little thing, and like now the control, because I had to get the new one because I used the shit at literally the other one. So it used to be turned to the left and it'll does its self cleaning thing. You turn it to the right and it goes up. Now it's only turned to the right, but the first couple of clicks are its self cleaning, and it's great to be able to control that and just
now,
slowly.
does this have a his, hers?
No,
So this-
that's
so-
what I'm saying. It's aftermarket.
Right.
Like we have ghetto.
That,
bidet.
yeah,
So
I
I-
as cheap as it gets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's funny because what I want to do is like this is just like a whole bit. I just want to next time I just want to go up and just tell the story. Like it's like 8 minutes. So it was funny. My wife was dying.
Right.
So like the end kicker, what I wanted, like, you know, the only non-true part of it is like, so, you know, after I got it, it's like I never knew my wife was so conscious about how dirty her pussy was because I haven't seen her in 3 months. Babe, I'm just cleaning my pussy. Because I can only imagine on the hers when it turns back and shoots at 80 miles an hour. I'll never see her again.
Did you try it on the ladies?
No,
For
there
her?
were no ladies there. So the best part is now we're.
How do you do not have a science curious mind? Then
No,
I
not
would
yet.
have tried
would've
that
rented a
first.
woman. We would've
I would have been
rented a
like,
woman.
I would've
I'd be like,
pulled my phone out.
On a ball bag?
Yeah,
like a speed bag.
yeah.
But what's
That
funny
might be
was
awesome.
now we're
Yeah.
watching the show from the house, right? We're watching the show from the house, and everybody's in their late 40s, early 50s, and the show has, you know, these little bitches in there, like the hot tub. So the guy who owns the house comes walking in the backyard. He's like, the hot tub doesn't look the same as when I rented out to the show. 7 guys. There were more CPAP machines than fucking cars. I swear to God. Everybody, and, you know, guys come gung ho. Like we're in our 20s renting a Hamptons house and go, like, yeah, we're going to rip it up. I'm like, every time I go to get somebody, hey, you ready?
Do you mind if I take that bed because my sciatica is fucking acting up?
Every room you walked into, some guy had a fucking mask on like Darth Vader. There was fucking like all sorts of fucking creams and pills and shit. I was like, dude, going out? Where are we going?
I would love to
You
see.
don't want to go out. They just want to use the
I don't
bidet.
want to
next
go out.
time.
I
I
would-
would use the bidet. I am out.
It would be great if you guys had a picture of you in your massage circle, all with your CPAP machines.
I have
on.
one.
I would love to see that.
I have one of a bunch of guys in the hot tub because I told everybody. I said, listen, here's the deal, guys. You want to go golfing once a year, no problems with the wives. I'm like, just show her this picture. Like there's 7 fat old men sitting in a fucking hot tub. This is what goes on when we go golfing.
Yeah.
Those days are over. That's what I said. I said there's more CPAPs than fucking cars. 16 guys, everybody's on something, can't sleep.
Just sneak the Viagra.
Right.
Or have
But
a single guy bring the
I am
Viagra.
interested to try the bidet not on low dose mushrooms. See for that because I
Dude,
was
it's
like,
fantastic, especially if you've had a fucking particularly bad night. Like
it blow dries you like a car.
you know
mine
what?
doesn't have that.
Oh,
we
my
don't.
God,
The
it's
aftermarket ones are the Tushy. You guys, you have a Tushy also, right?
Oh, I was looking
At
at
the
that on
end of
the
Instagram.
band.
Yeah,
What is yours?
I'm not. What do you mean has
The
a
brand.
tushy?
The brand.
the brand is called Tushy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's why. Because Sally. You know what? I need to talk to Sally, the one who does.
She installed the damn
Exactly.
thing, but not by choice. I was going to do it. I came home, I think, from here one day. She's like, "I did it." I'm like, Which I mean, I wasn't going to argue, but I was surprised.
Right.
But no, it's just you turn the water on and that's it. Like it.
Yeah,
And it doesn't dry or anything.
No,
I walk out with
this
my
one
ass
dries you.
leaking.
but it's lickety quick because you just take a little, much less toilet paper than you were using. Just wipe it real quick,
done.
just to wiping the water off.
I'm telling
and
you,
you're gone.
right? We're men, right? So as men, you never know. You always think that at any moment somebody's going to offer you to give you a blowjob. Somebody like you always have to have like I can take a shower, get ready, and then if I take a shit, and if I'm going out, I got to retake a shower because my brother always say, "Hey, you never know if you're gonna get a blowjob." I'm like, so I was telling my wife, I was like, babe, I never really walked out of the house.
So the philosophy,
so confident, like I could be like anybody, I could be at a red light, somebody's like, "Hey, some girls can I blow you?" Like, absolutely.
That's a false logic though, because if you are gonna get that random blowjob, you are gonna get it anyway.
Right, but it's my own self.
Yeah, but you're never going to go back.
It's the
It's
mother
my own
saying
You have to wear clean
self-consciousness.
underwear in case
Right.
you're going to be in a
So now we're talking
Yeah.
about mom
I
during
love-
a fucking blowjob.
Right.
I
no.
mean, no.
And then
that's
back to the
normally
pinky
what
thing.
happens.
So the pinky thing was always 2 rules I had.
Guy in the
No guy, but it was
In the-
she
but no,
had
in
to,
the
she
closet.
had to clean it first. She had to clean it first. And I had to be on ecstasy. And the pinkies only.
Well, that works. Well,
those are good.
no
like,
offense,
good
but that
guy.
ecstasy thing works for a lot of stuff.
Right. Anything
Like, I mean, that's sort of like the blanket. That's boilerplate shit.
That's boilerplate.
So, like,
anything goes at
Right.
this level. But I used to be like, no, you have to, whatever you want to do. You have to watch it first because you're taking your own risk. Like this, you got to sign a waiver. Like this is you're sure it's cleaning up. But now with this thing, if I get this thing, because I want to get it, I want to get the full thing. I'll spend
Yeah.
the $5. I want it dried. I don't want to do
No
anything.
judgment.
And I'm like, you made it when you find like someone's wife. It's basically someone wiped your ass for you.
well,
It is insane.
The last time we talked about a bidet, I told him how I like to fucking go all the way up to the max, and you have having control over it. You're just like,
Right.
and he the horrified look on his
yeah.
face.
Dude, this thing was so fucking precise. I thought it was gonna come out my mouth. It was like direct.
Well, yeah, precise. I'm not. It is cool,
Yeah.
but it's the power.
Right.
Like if I turn it all, like I only go maybe a little more than a quarter of the way, and it hurts.
I'll never see her again if I buy one. Though I know this.
Probably should be in the bathroom.
She'll be like, "Ah."
she'd be like, I was thinking we should put a mini fridge in there.
You'll have the desk and your phone
Right.
and your computer all there. Like you'll be done.
That's
like-
literally the only other thing I need is sustenance.
I'll be like, babe, come on out of the bathroom. I swear it's clean. It doesn't smell.
I already have the lube being delivered by
swear it
Amazon
doesn't
Prime. Amazon Prime just keeps the lube coming, so everything
Oh, my
else
God.
is fine.
But she got that text. I'm like, babe, there's going to be a $5,000 toilet being delivered. Just install it while I'm gone. She's
So-
like, what?
Yeah. So explain to me what is the 5,000?
It's the Toto
yeah.
toilet bidet.
But we-
It's just actually a
extravaganza.
Japanese company.
company, but Toto. So I got a Toto, but like when we got one, it was just the one that hangs from the wall. She didn't want it because my wife's Sicilian and crazy, constantly fucking mopping, and
Sure.
she doesn't like. She likes to get underneath.
She's in there with the
and it's
the
got
garden
the one,
hose.
it's got the little mess, big mess buttons.
Right.
So this is just
Mary
going
on the
a
half
step-
shells in the corner.
It's going up another level. But dude, the thing was like it was like a welcoming thing. It was the door just opens for you.
It even says, shouldn't me.
I mean, seriously.
Right when it gets to the
Right,
apex.
right.
That's when you know to sit down.
Shouldn't me first.
Shouldn't me, please.
Choke me.
Yeah. Give
Choke
it
the
to me.
remote. Choke the remote.
Yeah, stick your finger in your mouth.
But it was,
Yeah,
I'll
wipe it
tell
all
you,
over
right
me.
before it started firing, like I really didn't know what the fuck was gonna happen, man. It was like
So, all right, but it fires and then what? Then it actually like blows hot air or something. Like
no,
to
then you
dry
hit
off?
stop.
Yeah.
Then it whatever happens, then all of a sudden, yes, then it's just like heat and hot and just air, and your ass is dry within like seconds.
Well, you know it's serious when you hit the button that says safe word.
Safe word, yeah. I'm telling you.
Safe word. Oh, God.
Like, I didn't know what to
Finally, it
do.
actually-
I'm
stop. It actually goes a little more intense.
Right. I was like, I don't know. Do I stop it? Like, do I
Yeah.
wait? Do I give it an extra 10 seconds?
You
to see
know
what
you
happens?
want
Yeah,
this next
like,
part.
You know?
Take it. Yes.
My
you
wife
love
right now,
this,
she's
don't
like,
you?
she's looking
You
at the
whore.
calendar on the fridge. She's like, "What? You had 3 prostate things? You got 3 prostate exams
Just
this
that weekend,
This
yeah.
weekend." I was like,
I'm
yeah.
afraid I'm having my first prostate exam, the
colonoscopy?
colonoscopy
Yeah.
on Thursday.
But you're not. But you're out for that.
I have to be?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
They knock you out for that?
Yeah. They put you down.
Oh, I had no
They're
idea.
going in there.
Well,
they,
put you down's a
they,
little
Well, they
different,
go
though.
in there, and then,
Don't put
and
me
because
down,
if there's anything there, they take it right out, right there. If there's
okay.
polyps and stuff.
Yeah.
But I mean, I have to get one. But I have I've gotten the prostate exam before. I mean, that's very dangerous. That I don't like.
I will say that my GI, he's like, all right, turn on your left side. We're just gonna take a look down here. And I was in the Air Force, so like when you go to process at MEPS, get your physical in Brooklyn, Fort Hamilton, they play with your butt. I don't know what they're doing, but it's fucking fantastic. And so they're like, I'm used to like this is not like a thing. But then he fucking stuck what could only have been both of his thumbs, like immediately and about like an inch and a half deep into my ass.
What the hell could he?
And I was surprised. Like
he walked away to check his paperwork. So
but could you tell me?
Right, you going double?
That you're gonna just if you're gonna punch the boar, just fucking
punch the board.
let it happen. You know, normally that's the pee hole, but that's an STD thing. Like I don't know, I don't know how cool everybody is here.
I'm not hip to punching the boar.
But punching the boar got side story, which is these older master sergeants in North Dakota.
Did you Google
used to
what
tell me
they
these
check for
stories.
with two thumbs? Because I've never heard of that before.
It's what it felt like. I didn't
Right.
look.
He
But
might have
and
big
you know
hands.
what? It was a lot hotter not knowing.
Maybe he had
So
maybe he had big grappling hands.
though I will. The most fucked up thing was when after I had my heart attack, I'm at Stony Brook and they're doing all this imaging on me. They already put the stent in my heart, but they're bringing me like to cardiac because that was a cardiac cath. This was a cardiac sonogram, and the girl who was the sonotech was like pretty, but not like earth-shatteringly so, but just like she looks like a cool chick. She looked like my kind of chick, kind of thing. She's like on your left, and so like she's with this thing, and it's really just like never going anywhere down. But I'm like, she has such a confident hand. Now she had somebody with her that was being trained, who was like this. She had dark hair. The other one had blonde hair, right? And she was petite and whatnot. And so she's like, okay, I've looked, and so go ahead, you do it. And she's doing it, but she's not doing it as she's not as confident. It's not there. But I'm like, holy fuck, I'm starting to get a hard on.
She's doing it more sexually.
Yes, it's much more sexual. But then I feel the other chick put her hand over. Yeah,
That's
I was
exciting.
like, oh my god, I'm gonna fucking come all over the place.
Yeah, this is fine.
Right now.
This is fine.
It was so like I actually had to really be like think of other stuff because it was so erotic, and their conversation was like
I would have been like, it's still out. I still feel the pain. You guys,
well, you know how
you didn't get it
everything I
yet.
hear is like sexual in nature,
Yeah.
everything,
Yeah.
like it literally doesn't matter. So now that entire conversation that they're having, you have to really change the angle and really get it in there, and you can really see it and see how nice that is. And I'm like,
You thought you died, actually.
right. This
which is funny because then I went in to try to masturbate in the bathroom later. I still had everything hooked up to me, so I'm standing in this bathroom, and
things are
just like,
beeping.
and and I'm like, I got to get this done fast, otherwise they're gonna come for me, literally.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, and I couldn't, and suddenly there's Mr. Plagananos. We're getting some weird readings, and I'm like, just a second. And I couldn't, and I'm like, they're gonna fucking break the door down.
Dang
If I
it.
don't.
They
So I
knew.
had to-
They
I
were
had to-
like drawing straws at the desk. Who's gonna go stop
Who's
this
gonna-
guy?
who's
from
gonna
doing
go
I had to
Stop
jump.
this
I was jumping ship right there. Oh God, that was horrible. It was so embarrassing to myself and God. Like, sorry, God, I couldn't jerk off in this bathroom after that totally hot sauna fucking
right. You
session.
did it right there. They get it.
They would have liked it. Maybe they would have blown me. Good thing I was clean.
I'm sure there's been a lot of exams and the guy got hard. And they just pretend
Oh
it
yeah,
doesn't
well, it's
happen.
like a massage. I don't get like when
Yeah.
they turn you over. I'm like, I'm not. I mean, it's about to get taken care of anyway. But it,
I never had
Not
any
embarrassed by
experiences
it.
like that in the hospital. When I had the very first surgery we had on my leg when I was sick, we tried to save the leg first. But I don't know if I ever told you that, but yeah, I was on crutches for 3 years because we tried to save the leg and so many surgeries. But the very first surgery I had,
way to bring it down.
yeah, it was a 13-hour surgery and they were moving bones around and stuff. I was in the hospital for 3 weeks and I couldn't move. Right. So you're ready to jerk off from these two nurses. I'm getting like bedpans put onto me so I can take a dump, and then getting wiped by 300-pound black women.
Oh, that's so fucking hot. I'm always looking for that kind of porn, and I can never really find like the perfect. Like I want it like to be where the person legit has 2 broken arms, and they're getting like a legit sponge bath, like a real.
Yeah, I had those all the time.
A real deal like that, and like
Yeah.
because now you can't touch yourself, so it's like, oh, I love that denial stuff. But anyway. So they were 13-hour surgery. Go on. No.
There's nothing more humbling than getting your ass wiped by these 300.
There's nothing hotter. Like, wipe my ass.
No, I'm gonna have just the bidet do it from now on. Dude. I'm telling you, man.
That's the nickname we've given him anyway.
Yeah, bidet.
Hey, bidet, get after it there,
bidet.
pal.
There he is. Bidet's here.
Turn his nipple.
It was fucking. I will say, everybody that did it then would then tell everybody who hadn't done it yet, be like, you gotta go do it. Like the whole house.
Have I not been proselytizing?
Oh, yes.
This
You have to go do it.
Since I got it, and then Eric got one because I had fucking said, dude, you have to.
And same thing. Then he came in here for like took up
It
two
makes
shows like we've done.
You become a fucking Scientologist. Like it's like a requirement, or a vegan. Like it immediately turns you. I have to tell you about. Have you heard about the Lord and the bidets?
Have you heard about the his and the hers?
Right.
But I couldn't
accept this literature.
I couldn't
please.
speed box the ball bag at that point. But
That might have see Billy Geyer has a great joke that he rarely tells on stage, but it's I don't ever want to kill anybody, not for the reasons you think, but I might like it.
pretty much. Is pretty much,
and that's pretty much what this is. Like
there was
always
a brief moment of reflection at the very beginning. I have to imagine, be like, huh.
You're on the team,
right?
The minute that you get over the fucking that initial shock of like my hands are here, but then something's happening to my butt.
Yeah, this is all still very gay. Like, welcome to the team. Like, this is all very.
Oh
gay.
yeah,
I'm telling you, I went full roller coaster, hands up.
I mean, pride is now over, but really we can live pride the entire year.
Absolutely.
So
Bidet
through our
pride.
bidets.
God, that's fucking over.
Do you say that at the end of Black History Month too?
No, pretty much.
No, I just hate the gays.
No, it's
That's
not,
it.
I don't hate.
I love the blacks. Forget about a black gay though. I really fucking hate them. I get it.
I'm not saying I hate them. I'm just fucking all right, great. And we get back to normal now. So we get back to normal.
Did you have traffic? Because I didn't even notice it was really happening, except every now and then being at a show, somebody would go, "That's my pride joke." You know, it's not like that. It means absolutely nothing. That's too. Any of these things. I don't fucking give a shit. If it doesn't interfere, if you're interfering, like Puerto Rican Day Parade,
gets in the
great, but you don't be there.
That was a Seinfeld episode.
Because I'm talking about going back to when they started the fucking thing. It has never been the great place to go hang out at.
Why?
Because there's a certain element that.
They throw water on each other. Remember that? The big water
with the women and rape, and there's like a whole fucking thing and fights and shit like that. But while that is true for a lot of those ethnic centuries.
Say it. Say it.
Please don't.
Puerto Ricans.
No. St. Patrick's Day.
St. Patrick's Day. Oh, same thing.
Which my dad used to do this like bit. Not that he was stand-up, but he would always be like, I come from this little green island. It's in the middle of the Atlantic. It's called Puerto Rico. I'm part Puerto Rican, you see. Then we had a whole thing about the Romanians being the Puerto Ricans of Europe. And I've actually had Romanians go, you know what, you're actually right. So it sounds more like, yes, I see this.
Well, that's like if you ask Mexicans who their Mexicans are, they usually go, Guatemalans.
Yeah, or Salvadorians.
Salvadorians.
When I was in Kuwait in 2002, we
have our Sicilians, right?
Oh, I guess so. Are
Italians,
they? Are they?
Sicilians.
Right. Yes. Well, really, isn't it the people in the toe of the boot? Right? Isn't that those are the really because they want to be Sicilian?
Yeah, they want to be,
but it's that whole Southern Italian kind of thing.
I can see you from my house.
That's right there.
So right there.
You got to see that the mountain there. That's not a mountain. That's a fucking volcano. If I ever see one.
But it is funny how we all have our.
Yeah, right. There's a pecking. It's kind of like a pecking order kind of thing. And even within, actually, Tom Egan. We were talking about Tom Egan before this.
Yeah.
He posted a picture of himself a few weeks ago at a bar, and he had a picture like you could see in the mirror. It's him, and it's obviously an Irish pub, and it says Cavan, which is a county in Ireland, Cavan. And now the Cavans, here's a joke that will tell you what their stereotype is somebody from Cavan can peel an orange in their pocket. because they're so tight with their money. Like they're not going to show anything and whatnot. And so what I wrote to him was, I don't know where you, because he said, guess where I'm at. I said, I don't know where you are, but Cavan, ? You know it isn't, you're not getting anything free.
Finally.
While you're there.
Right.
But yeah, we all have our pecking order. I love my pecking order. I love my pecker. Which usually determines the pecking order.
Page not available.
Right.
But I'm sorry, I don't know where we started.
I have no idea what.
But Bobby Bonilla, I know, right?
Yes.
Can you fucking believe it?
Can you believe it?
It's fucking crazy.
Guy loves
fucking
guy
Mets.
loves pinkies in his ass and that money.
Probably,
every
I
year.
would too. You could pay. He doesn't really have to pay that much. He knows he's getting another $1 million next year.
Well, all right. So, as we know, it's the 4th of July weekend, extended weekend here, which is very
Everywhere,
exciting.
really.
What's that?
Yeah. Yes.
Oh, everywhere.
No, just go
yes.
on. Sorry.
So,
that's me in my brain.
as of 8 a.m. this morning, over 200 U.S. flights have been canceled, and over 650 more were delayed. Which tracks among domestic carriers, Delta Airlines and American Airlines have the most cancellations so far.
because they're the biggest.
But this is only 1% of their flights, actually.
Right.
In the U.S., the biggest problem this summer has been a shortage of pilots. Airlines don't have enough people on staff to fly all the flights they scheduled in many cases. And with rosters stretching thin, it's taking extra time for carriers to recover when something goes wrong. On top of that, airlines say the Federal Aviation Administration is struggling with staffing at some of its air traffic control centers, which can lead flight departures and be pushed back until the controllers have the bandwidth to handle more incoming planes. So,
Yes.
yeah, it's going to be a crazy weekend. So they're saying arrive at the airport earlier than usual. No rights and benefits when flights are canceled or delayed. Pack essentials in carry-on luggage.
But you can't pack fluids.
No,
Right.
true.
But no fluids.
Right.
Plan to spend more money, especially on gas, and hit the road early. If that's of course if you're
Right.
driving. What are you guys doing this weekend?
Not going anywhere.
Yeah.
I'm not even going to go to the South Shore. I refuse to even travel as far as Massapequa.
Wow,
It's very specific because I am going to Tony and Sallie's on the 4th.
nice.
So
Yeah, I mean, it's
that's just crazy though.
flights have been just nutty. I mean, everybody gets delayed. Everybody's just
so having been in aviation, but military aviation,
Yeah.
and being a scheduler, like, now it's their fault because of the whole pilot thing,
right.
Like that's full stop. It's not even. You feel bad because you don't want to say it's the company's fault, except it is the company's fault because they've known they've had this problem
Sure.
since they've gone back to it.
Yeah, but this is accelerated because of all the vaccine shit.
No, it actually
A lot of guys,
at this point.
a lot of pilots would stop fucking working because of the vaccine. And I love the people. Here's my favorite: they interviewing some bitch.
What's your reference? Because I haven't seen this at all, and I pay attention to aviation because of my time in the Air Force.
When they were being forced to be vaccinated,
It was minuscule. It was almost. It was.
Yeah, no way.
It didn't really make a dent, especially in the traveling that was happening at the time, because they weren't allowed to travel. So to say something like that was a personal statement by
a lot of pilots came out and
too.
said, "We're not. I'm not going to get
Some
vaccinated."
really, like he's talking about 1%. It sounds like a lot when you say like, oh, this many flights, but then when you get to like, actually, and this is math. I know it's hard, but when you're talking about like a percentage of something, like the rate, and you say it's 1%, it's ridiculous. Like, is it really a problem? It's only a problem to the person that it's happening to in the moment, and it sucks.
When you say 1%, I always think about the priest sex scandal. Right. I'm not defending it at all because I want to see them all burned, but it was only 1%.
Right, but that's priests
Of priests.
fucking kids.
But it was
These
numerous
are fucking
kids
flights.
per priest. So I'm not justifying it all, but I am pointing out how it's
let's
interesting.
burn down cities because of the 0.05% of bad cops kind of theory too.
Well, no, I'm not saying that at all.
Well, but I'm saying it's the same type of theory,
But
right?
it
just love
yeah.
I love the people.
Exactly, but
fucking
you apply that
screaming
logic.
Nuts. My body.
Chris,
I got to get to that protest. But I
apply
don't have
that
a pilot.
logic.
Yeah.
Apply that logic
It's the
now
same
to the
thing.
pilot thing. But it's not. It's that you're going to take down the entire fucking over just like a few pilots that have refused vaccines, which is not. I'm telling you, the lion's share guys.
So
I
what's
know.
why is there a lack?
Because
of
they are.
Why is
This
it
is a problem that was
accelerated right now?
This is a problem that was happening pre-pandemic, where they overschedule, they overbook flights, and they bump fucking people. Right. So now, let's say you carry on that process. Right. You're still doing it. Now the pandemic actually helps them with that because people are canceling their trips. They're going,
Right.
I'm not going to go, blah, blah, blah. Where I'm going has too many stupid fucking rules that I have to like carry out. So I'm not going to go.
Like America.
Well, just like let's say I'm going to Florida. That's cool. But if you're going to California, or you're coming to New York or whatever, and it's like, you know what, I'm not going to go through that fucking stress of whatever now I'm going to have to get a hotel room and stay there for a week. There's a lot more things. But now that people are vaccinated and everything is opened up, well, now they're carrying on that process. But the big quit, which is something that you always
we
like to talk about,
Yeah.
there are people who are like, you know what, I don't have to, because you want to talk about people get jerked around.
Yeah, they don't fucking make money.
They get fucking jerked around hard. Forget the money. Like, hey, you need to get to this city to fly, and they call it deadheading when they are not on the they're not assigned to the flight, but they have to deadhead to like St. Louis to pick up their. And now they're also affected by this pilot shortage because or big quit inspired pilot shortage because they're not qualified to actually fly that plane that's getting canceled because they have certain truck drivers. There's certain regulations they have to follow, so like when you can fly and when you can't fly. When's the last time you flied? When's the last time you?
Hours.
When I was in the Air Force, and in North Dakota, we used to have to cancel flights because it would snow, and it wasn't the snow that did it. It was the pilot having to shovel himself out at his house,
Right,
and he'd fuck up his back, and he's DNIF. We called it DNIF, which is hilarious. I don't know what it actually stands for, but I always took it as a maintenance scheduler that it. Because functionally this made sense, does not intend to fly.
Nice.
And when I would talk to the ops schedulers and I told them that, they all died laughing. They're like, that's not what it fucking is. It's deep.
Does not intend to fly.
I'm like, that doesn't even fucking make sense. Mine makes way more sense than you guys. So you guys should probably change that. But so what happens is now you have people who are like, who've been cooped up or canceled plans and everything. And it's like, fuck, I'm totally doing. So they book flights and it's already overbooked. And now, so you're fucking like 20 people per flight.
And Sallie will tell you, too, the hotels do, too. They overbook,
Right.
and then they have to reschedule people.
And you're fucking 20 people per flight, let's say.
Right, yeah.
Right? And I'm only talking about, like, let's say it's 737, so which is 20 people is not, like, a lot.
Right.
So 20 people. But now, no. We're fucking, like, we overbooked, and we didn't plan for this. Now the flight is canceled. You're not just screwing 20 people. You're screwing 175, something like that, I think
Oh,
it is,
yeah.
people. Which,
Right.
like, holy shit, that's the problem. It's the company. It's 90% of this is the company, and that's why they have that parting shot at the FAA, which the FAA is like, hey, I'm not the one who schedules your fucking flights. Like, I know a ton of air traffic controllers, and they... Like everybody else, it's big quit. Okay, everybody stop for a second. Let's plan a little bit better. I will always go to the schedule. Like schedule less. And then
Right.
and then you're never going to get fucked on this.
Well, that's why I talk about the big quit quite often on it, because I do think it's a bigger thing than we realize.
Yes, nobody
absolutely.
wants to work.
Yeah. Right.
Well, nobody's
wants to
ever
work.
wanted to work.
No,
Well,
but
true.
nobody now. But now they're telling you don't have to. Like, oh, we're gonna send you another fucking. They're just people
Well, no,
that work.
now
It
everybody
exposed the lazy.
Well, and everybody has their inherent laziness. Nobody wants to have
Right,
to work.
but you
Right.
did. But yes,
you did it
but
out
you
of
did
a
it,
compulsion,
'cause
out of a
Well,
social.
Or do I want to live in a fucking basement and own nothing in my life, or do I want to
Yeah, but
enjoy my life?
But I think the tables are turning a little bit. I think there's a positive that'll come out of this because you take.
From a labor
There's
perspective.
no fucking
From a-
positive coming out
No,
of this. I'm
well,
telling you, man.
well, let
I'm
me-
dealing with it on a daily
But
basis.
I'll tell you how. Because
Guys show up and bring half a truck back and say they worked enough for the day. Okay? They took that and
I'm
it's
not
like,
def-
hey,
I'm
no
not def-
problem. Thanks for the effort. We'll see you in the morning.
I'm not defending that.
But that's going on everywhere.
For the past 20 or 30 years, a lot has been taken. There's been no more health benefits, no more pensions. That was the incentive.
That was the middle
That-
class.
Right. And so now those things are slowly starting to come
So what-
back,
so the
which will motivate people to get back to work.
What's the incentive? So the incentive is, if I can't get that, let me just sit home and let me get enough for my rent, enough for my free cell phone, and enough for my fucking for my food stamps, and live like a fucking animal. That's acceptable.
Well, I'm not saying it's
Your
acceptable,
living, but
it's their
your perspective
choice.
of living like an animal is what somebody else has grown up with and is normal.
Okay, but okay, most people, a lot of the real successful people came from fucking shit, and that's why they're successful.
Absolutely.
All right, so
And that's
I'm
great
just
for them.
saying, I don't care. There's no excuse to say I'm content being a fucking loser and living like an animal.
But that's the
Go
thing.
better yourself.
But that's the thing. You just said it.
You're young and able. You're fine. Go
But
go better
you
yourself.
just said it. If you're not going to be successful, you're not going to have a great big house and great cars. If
you sit on your ass and do nothing.
Right, and that's on them, and that's going to be their problem.
Right.
But now, so if we decide to work our asses off and get rewarded accordingly, then we're going to have a great time. If that guy's going to have a great time living like a slob and be a loser, that's on
wrong.
him. It has nothing to do with me.
Sorry, the more people that continue to stay home, okay,
Yeah.
the more that we bust our ass and be successful, the more
Yeah.
they take from us to support these fucking people.
But that's what I mean. I think
It's
that's going to
happening.
turn around.
It's not. I'm telling you, it's
I'm not saying it started, but I
It's
think it
not.
will.
It's not.
Well, some places have started offering benefits
can't-
again. Some places have.
Electricians,
can't-
plumbing, all these trades, best unions, best benefits, best everything.
Sure.
They can't get people to come to work. They can't get people to even want to do that. That's the best shit.
No, they don't have. No, even the unions don't have the benefits they used to have. No, those are. Oh, absolutely.
My son just got into. He's in elevator mechanics in the city. His total package is like $104 an hour. That's insane. The local one plumbers are $180 an hour. An electrician's $135 an hour. An hour. I have a guy, an electrician friend. He worked on a Sunday 3 weeks ago. He cleared $1,900 fucking dollars for 1 day's worth of work. He's 62 years old. The 28, the 31, the 25, and the 42-year-old all said they didn't want to, and then he ended up taking the job because they didn't want to do it. Because
Right.
they have other shit to do on a Sunday. He said clearing $1,900. That's after taxes.
Right.
Okay.
And
So that's a mindset, right? That is
Sure.
that is a mindset.
Agreed.
That is when you continue to tell people that it's everybody else's fucking fault. Don't do anything. They don't want to do anything, right? Then they don't want to go to work. They're gonna blame everybody else. And these young kids, and the problem we had is we just pounded and pounded. College. I've been through it. It's a fucking scam.
But you're talking about tradesmen.
But right, because there's nobody's going to trades because everybody's telling you got to go to college.
but you're saying that tradesmen are not showing up for work.
Right.
So then why am I going to send my kid to a trade if they can go into something like that and not have to work? Like I'd rather them go to college than at that
For
point.
what? Why? If we go to a trade, he's going to make a shit ton of money.
Well,
With
no,
debt.
no he's, but
Or she, no debt, right? My son went to college. He graduated 4 years. All right,
Right.
he's sitting in $60,000 debt, and now he's an elevator mechanic, and it was a plumber. Useless. The college did nothing but put him in debt. Here's my thing. I get it.
disagree.
But wait. Oh, okay. Here's my thing. My son, he's 18 years old at the time. Okay, never fucking worked. Right?
Why? Whoa,
No,
18 and never fucking
You know, a
worked?
little bit bullshit here.
No. I mean, I'm talking about there was no regular job. I had a fucking regular job at 15.
Yeah, I mean, we tried, but it's a different
You
time.
tried?
It's a different time.
It's a different. So now, whoa. We're now talking about your kid.
Yeah.
It's okay.
No, it wasn't okay. I had.
It
fucking
sounds
problems
like it,
with
but I don't know.
It
It
wasn't
sounds like
okay.
It wasn't.
It wasn't okay.
It sounds
The
like
kid
it is,
fucking
though.
hated me. No,
It's
I
a
made
different
him, I
time.
forced him, and
It's
then he
your
would
fucking
quit.
kid.
And then he would quit. Start the Z for a second, okay? Here's the deal.
I'm listening.
Here's the deal. But what they do is, okay, because you want to buy into the bullshit. So the government.
Well, that's a straw man
Sorry,
argument.
hold on.
No.
The government-
You hold on.
the
Don't put
government-
thoughts in my head.
I'm not.
You just did.
The government-
You just said
Let
you
me
want
talk
to
for a
buy
second.
into the. I will. When you said you buy into the
Okay.
bullshit, I
So
never
you-
said I want to buy into the bullshit.
You just said you'd rather them go to college and not a trade if they're not.
No,
the trade is where they need people.
That's a rhetorical
There's-
turn to fucking to
Why?
talk about.
There's tons of work. There's tons of work for trades.
There's tons of.
You're both right, though.
Right.
There's nothing wrong with getting an education and getting a
Yes,
trades job.
but
you're
We
both
haven't
right.
even gotten to why I said that.
No.
That's why you saying buy
Well,
into the
here's what I'm
bullshit is
saying.
bullshit.
But here's what I'm saying.
Don't
Okay.
put thoughts.
Okay.
I'm just saying don't put thoughts in my mouth.
Here's what I'm
Right.
trying to say.
Don't
Though.
s-
But here's what I'm trying to say.
Right.
All right.
Okay.
Stop.
If you can get it out, go
Yes.
on.
So college.
This is very
they're
hard. I can
taking
tell.
17-year-old kids, 18-year-old kids who've earned, minuscule amounts of money.
Right.
And they're giving them, okay, as much money as they need, okay, to go to college on a loan that you're never allowed. When you go bankrupt, doesn't come off. You still owe the money, right?
Okay.
So tuitions continue to rise because that seat will always be filled. If your son says no, that kid says yes. So now I get letters, okay, because you qualify for this. The good news is that because Tyler, now they're giving 18-year-old kids $30,000, $40,000 of debt. People have never worked. They're denying some of the parents, you're only allowed this much, but you make this much. But you're on the hook forever. So they're giving the money to everybody. That's why tuitions continue to rise, right? Because that seat will always be filled. They're giving money to people who have no work history, have no money, have no assets. They're riddling them with tons of debt.
I have a suggestion for
Tons
this.
of debt.
And this is my actual thought on this. I didn't have shit. I'm talking about shit. Okay? I left this island because I was running. I had to get the fuck away. Where did I run to?
Air Force.
Goddamn right it was.
Absolutely.
So when you talk about this, what I hear when you tell this story about your son is why didn't he join the military then? Why didn't he join the military after he got his degree? Because they'll fucking wipe out that debt for you.
know.
So when you say that there's no way, and they, tuition and all this, it's rising. There's a way.
But not.
It's hard though.
But
It's hard. I don't want to join the military. I won't be home. I can't tell you how many times I'm in a fucking bar and some fucking guy comes up to me, some plumber, some electrician, and goes, "Hey, so I heard you were in the fucking Air Force." And I go, "Yeah, I was." "Oh, I was gonna fucking do it till my mom talked me out of it. My dad told me that he would, that he would help me with college. He would help me get that loan because I can't co-sign the loan for myself. So my dad's loan." My dad's on the hook too because if you said no, he would have to get up against the wall and fucking put his hand up and go do what he should be doing.
No, the thing is, what they would do is, I've been down there.
Here we are, July 4th weekend. Wait, he doesn't love America?
No, but I was there, and
I know. That's why I'm confused by this. It's not matching up.
They would just give them more money. If I said no, because they were the second year, I'm like, okay, I got this.
No, but he can't sign the fuck. There's nobody to co-sign on.
He didn't need FAFSA. Have you been through college?
I absolutely have.
With children yet?
Yes.
Oh, not yet, but I've been through college recently.
Right, FAFSA's like, yeah, no problem. We'll give him an extra $10,000. I'm like, why?
Wait, who gave him the extra $10,000?
FAFSA.
That wasn't my
But
experience.
FAFSA is.
It's the federal.
No, I know.
Yeah.
Listen, I went
and
through
that's
it.
the only good one to have because that interest rate's still at like 4%. The Sallie Mae's went to like freaking 11.
Yeah, I
The
didn't even
Sallie
bother
Mae's
with
are
Sallie Mae.
insane.
Right.
It's insane. But what I'm saying is,
Why
they
do you
come
know
in.
this much about your kids?
They got all these people like, but and it's
My
like,
parents couldn't tell you what my fucking deals were.
What they
but
need-
that's what we-
but
that's
we're in
how
a
it is
different
now.
world, man.
Right.
We're in a
That's
different
it.
world.
That-
These kids don't know how to change fucking tires. They need you for everything.
But why? Well, wait. Because I've already started with my daughters about how to change a tire.
Yeah.
What's going on? Why doesn't your kid know how to
Yeah.
fucking change
Well,
a
he knows
tire?
how to change a tire.
Oh, he does.
Yeah.
Then who are we talking about?
There's
Doesn't
a
know how to
lot of
fucking
people-
change
okay.
a tire? That's because I don't know who else you must be talking
Okay.
about. I don't like. Who else are you talking about? Then?
There's a lot of kids out there.
Which fucking kids? You just said a lot of fucking kids. I'm
I'll tell
asking
you what, let's
which
do an
ones.
experiment. Let's do an
No,
experiment.
I'm asking.
No,
This is a fucking
we're going to do an
question.
experiment. We're going to do an experiment.
What's the experiment?
I'm going to rent a fucking automatic car, right? And we're going to go gather 30, 20-year-olds.
Sure.
Well,
And
you're gonna
I'll
get
guarantee you less than 5% know how to drive a stick shift.
Why?
Oh, yeah,
But
I
why
agree
is
with
that
that.
necessary? I'm sorry. Why is that necessary?
Yeah, they
Because you could start a car without a fucking key with a fucking stick shift if you needed to go. if you
Right,
needed to.
but
All
even
you need is gas.
Go around.
It's basic life skills. It's like
What's
just
your
basic-
car?
it's-
Is your
people
car
don't want-
standard?
No, yeah.
Yeah, it is.
No,
You
no,
have a
mine's an
stick?
automatic.
Right.
Because they're making those because no one knows how to drive it.
Oh my God, that's what I'm talking. But no, because it's what the older people who are older now. That's what they demanded of the fuck. That's what the car. I'm fascinated by the car industry and how their engineering works. They look at the. They're not looking at us.
Well, they're back
looking
to SUVs again.
right.
We went off SUVs. Now Lincoln doesn't make cars anymore.
right.
All crossovers
Yes.
and trucks.
Oh, I hate that fucking commercial.
It's sick.
That's so you. That's so fuck you. That's so me. What the fuck does that mean?
Right.
But
It's really sick that they like right. We went on this whole car
Go around.
SUV now because now they're getting with the electrics and now they're going back to SUV.
get 30 people our age. How many of them can drive a stick?
Our age?
Yeah.
I would say at least 20, 25.
You're so fucking off on that. It is not even
How
funny.
old are you?
I'm 47.
All right.
There's no fucking way 30 fucking that 20 out of 30.
Really?
Yes. It's
Everybody,
going to be
when
more
I
like
grew up,
10.
everybody had sticks. I'm 48.
not everybody had sticks when I was a kid. And the people that did, it's a nostalgia thing. You fucking think it's like script, like cursive.
No, it's
Nobody
not.
fucking needs to use that
Nah,
anymore.
you know what? My personal thing for a stick though is, and the thing about a stick shift is, one, you get a little bit more control because you can downshift like that.
Yeah.
But
No, I love driving
You don't
stick.
fall asleep because you always have something to do.
Well, my favorite thing
automatic. You're just sitting there like,
Yeah.
and you can fall asleep.
Listen, I love
Stick
trying
keeps you-
standard.
yeah, it's fun, man.
But I also know how bad a drivers everybody fucking is. So why am I going to let them fucking have control over that shit?
yeah.
I always loved, flip phone, lighting a cigarette at a light, and I don't know how I did it, but I fucking did it a million
there was
times.
nothing more fun
And I
than-
was like, after I do it, I'd be like, that was so fucking awesome.
Who saw me? Who saw
Yeah,
that?
that had somebody. Where's the camera?
There was nothing more fun than just downshifting into a turn.
Yeah. Oh, fuck yeah. Yes.
Hug it,
Bro,
man.
I'm right
The
there.
best.
Absolutely.
It's the
I
best.
just don't think it's a necessary thing.
But my point was a lot of the things that they don't. I think people like I believe if you go into something that requires postgraduate. College is definitely a necessity, right? But they're not telling these kids, listen. But they're not telling a kid, listen, that's great. You're going to get this is what your degree is. Just so you know, your average salary on this degree is $70,000, and we're going to make you cost you $200,000 to get this degree. They need to
No,
know.
you're
But
right
now,
about
Purdue
that.
University, the guy who was the president of Purdue, I forgot what the system that he put in place was. Reeling it in. They were the only school with declining tuition over the course of 3-4 years. And he said what we did is we reduced the amount of money we were willing to give people coming in. So that's my point. My point is the seat will always get filled, right? So for the government, it's like, yeah, we'll give you the money. 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 Some people be like, if it was private banks, said, listen, we can't give you $11,000. We can give you $6,000 because, you really haven't done. Okay. If that was the realm, 95% of it's all government funded.
See, now that you're preaching to
Tuitions
me
would go down.
is make them serve. Make them fucking serve.
I've
there
been
should be a
saying-
service component to that.
I've been saying for
because that to me is the real problem, is because people are so disjointed they don't actually understand how fucking things work.
Right. Yeah.
And I think that's like the sort of the undertow here of what you're talking
Right.
about.
And if you told some kids, like, listen, kid barely got through high school and you're forced, and he's like, listen, you don't need to go to college.
The
Well,
question
yeah.
that I want to ask you: can your son write a check?
I don't think so.
Okay,
He's never been
where
in
should
a
he?
bank before.
Where should he learn that?
We should learn that. You should learn that in the house.
Thank you.
Right.
Because most fucking people are like, they don't teach anything
No,
in
but-
schools
but what they
anymore.
don't teach-
Well, it's functional shit. That's not what
No, that's
school
not-
is for.
no.
The fucking industrialized fucking, the Industrial Revolution is what compulsory education
what they
comes
don't
out
teach,
of.
But what they don't teach in the schools is, okay, because I watched him go through it. He'd be like, the guy comes, all he does is talk about this, and it's like all opinionated shit. But what they don't teach guys,
I'm talking about high school.
Right, yeah, basic. But I'm talking about just basic economics, real economics, and debt management. Right? It's all smoke and fucking mirrors what they're teaching these kids.
So
no,
wait,
you're right.
but wait, so economic management, so creating a budget and all that, you're saying that's something that they should teach in high school.
Yeah, well, deeper. But I'm talking about just even deeper, like learning leveraging assets as opposed to liabilities, just basic
Oh my God,
shit.
they absolutely do that.
they
Economic.
really-
I took fucking economics in a New York State school.
When?
And that's in 1993.
Okay, we're 20 years removed from that, dude. It's a whole different world. Dude.
I have
It's all
friends
about-
who teach that course now at the high school I went to.
They're not doing a good
Really?
job
At high
of it.
school?
Yes.
Really?
It's the same fucking thing. And the thing is much like anything, you're not there every day. And what happens is these kids, and I see it even with my own kids with fucking elementary school. You come back, they come back, and I'm like, so what was, we'll get a remind from the teacher being like, hey, here's pictures of your kids doing this, and this is what we learned today. I'll be like, hey, yo, when they get off the
What'd you
bus,
learn today?
so what's up? Like, I heard you guys learn this, and what they fucking come back with, I'm like, all right, get back on that fucking bus, go back to that fucking school, and until you get it right. But I see, my problem is there's so many people who want to socialize family learn, like things that you need to learn from your parents.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like it drives me nuts because things like changing the tire and writing a check get balled up together and get thrown into this as like, well, they're not teaching anything in school. That's not what school is
that's not a
for,
school thing.
and that's
Right.
why I think
That's the wrong thing.
college is a good thing because it's like that's where you have a foot you should have a foot in the water and one out, where it's like you're making decisions that have a fucking effect.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of college too. You get in the textbook that was written by the professor that's teaching the class. It's all opinionated.
But that's again.
That's why I left.
Critical thinking.
But that's why I left. I was when I left college. Finally, I always had entrepreneurial mind, family business, and this guy was fucking destroying me in front of a class, thinking like, trying to tell me, my best bet is to, if I'm gonna do marketing, you can get a job at fucking Macy's, climb up the ladder, make 100. And I'm like, wait a second.
Marketing
and this was
evil.
his right, but it was like his textbook, and I'm like, what do you think? I'm just gonna decide I want to sell fucking laws, and I've got what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna know, like, you're acting like I'm not gonna take the time to understand what I want to open. I was like, who needs this shit?
Marketing is
I
such
told this guy to go fuck himself.
Any of the liberal arts that is out, and I'm fucking putting out there. Any of the liberal arts that's outside of math and science is complete horseshit.
Horseshit, dude. It's just horseshit.
So my degree is in math.
Right.
Pure math, not applied math, that's where the money is. So obviously I'm here on a Friday fucking morning with you two fucking motherfucker. What am I doing here? What the fuck am I doing here? I figured that was a good way to tie it.
Yeah.
See, we woke you up. You're like gonna.
Oh no, I stopped taking my meds, so I'm.
That's right.
I'm no longer like
nice. Well, Jeff Mosey wants to drive a stick, so we got him.
No, don't, because now he's gonna want you to fuck him in the ass.
I was about to say, he's not talking about the bidet stick, is he?
He's talking about a bunch of other sticks.
Oh, he wants to drive a stick. We'll get him as one of the 30. I want to do the experiment. Can we do a live podcast from the parking lot?
I don't know how many people will find out there.
Oh God, we'll get that guy, Pete the douche.
Pete the douche.
So he can put his hand on either your or my thigh.
We were filming Don's movie the other night. And
he came by?
No, a different guy came by, and this guy was smashed out of his mind. He almost drove into the deli next door. Then he parks the car, he gets out, tries to talk to me and Don. I thought Don was going to beat this guy up. And Don's the nicest guy in the world.
Yeah, but Don also, you could tell, could probably fuck somebody up pretty good.
Yeah, so there you go. All right, we're getting out of here. Were you guys playing? What's
this
July
weekend?
9th,
is dead weekend.
July 9th, Giggle Room.
Giggle Room, yeah.
July 23rd, Brokerage.
Nice.
That's on a
July 23rd is a
Saturday. July
Sunday?
9th is Saturday in the Giggle Room.
Yeah.
I think it's.
I think the 23rd is a
The
Sunday.
23rd is a Saturday as well.
is it
That's
Saturday?
a Gateway
Oh, okay.
at
Mike
Brokerage.
Dillon?
Yeah. And the
Nice.
9th is, I think Truson's putting that one together
Nice.
in the Giggle Room. Mm-hmm. And we'll see what else is coming up after that.
8th at Clyde's. And this
The
is
8th at Clyde's, okay.
Governor's the only place to get comedy, I think, this weekend. So.
Yeah, that would be my guess too. Yeah,
Because of the holiday.
yeah, and again, Sean Donnelly and Megan Hanley and Teddy Smith. A lot of great stuff going on.
Yeah.
Teddy
So
Smith, that's right.
we are not here tomorrow night. We are not here on Monday. We were gonna be, but I like getting sex, so I was told not to come in.
Nice.
So there you go.
And I got to pee.
Decision.
But I'll see you Monday, and you got to pee.
Yeah, you will.
Everybody have a great weekend. Enjoy the rest of your Friday. Have a great 4th of July. Thank you guys for being here as always. And
Thanks for having me.
So Monday night, though, I do believe. Oh no, there won't be anything Monday night either. It's for 4th of July. So we'll see you here. So we got nothing going on for a few days. We will see you Tuesday morning. The boys will be here. It'll be Tuesday trivia. So have a great weekend, a great 4th, and we'll see you guys on Tuesday. Take care.
Take care.